Okay, all right. So this is our assignments, and we are going to discuss assignments and attempt these questions. Yeah, it was to be submitted today. Today is 11th. Yes, today is 11th August, and this is blood banking. This is a blood banking assignment 2 on panel cells, and also the antibody identification, and also other serological techniques in the blood. So the first question says, based on the following diagram and antigram, which cell is heterozygous? So let me just connect another device for me to make sure that nothing interrupts us. Okay, we are there. Okay, so what is the what? So which cell is heterozygous for M? In this cell, in this antigram, this small screening cell gram. Screening cell panel. Which one is heterozygous for M antigen? Yes, please. Yes, please. It is better that, if possible, that you can just open your microphone and tell us, because it is hard for me to read what you type, because I'm doing so many things here. So, okay. Yes, please. Yes, Liberata. Which cell here is heterozygous for M? Cell number 1. Yes, cell number 1 is true. Cell number 1 is heterozygous for M antigen, and as you can see, cell number 1 has got two. We call it heterozygous when the cell possess at least both antigen on the same locus and the same allele. So the M plus N, which means N and N, when they are both present, if they are both present, they are then said to be heterozygous for both of them. Either of them is heterozygous. So M is heterozygous and M is also heterozygous on cell number 1, but cell number 2, N is homozygous, and cell number 3, only M is homozygous on the cell. So then cell number 1 is heterozygous for M. Okay. So, and this is another antibody detection test and antibody identification results. This person were positive. So this woman, this pregnant woman. We have different antigens, and also reaction media include low ionic strength solution with 37 degrees, as well as indirect antiglobulin test, and also indirect antiglobulin test with enzyme. So now they are asking as a question, what is the association of these antibodies with hemolytic disease of the fetus and the newborn? So here it is not just a direct answer. We are going to now find, first of all, which antibody or antibodies are positive on this panel detection. Anti-identification panel of the cell. So which antibody is present, and what is the association of this antibody with hemolytic disease of the fetus and the newborn? So we are going to identify these antibody first, and then we'll try to so who is saying so let me what are saying. Someone is saying that could you please record today you are breaking. Am I breaking? Huh? Am I breaking for everyone? I don't think so. I don't. Am I breaking? Can you hear me very well? No, I'm not breaking because nowadays is about technology. I don't think now. I have a very strong internet. I have a very strong recording devices. So this time it cannot be breaking. Probably maybe it is your end, but I'm not breaking. My voice is not really breaking. Okay, so we are going now to identify which antigen here on this panel, and then we'll try to see, which antibody, then we'll try to see the relationship with these antibodies to the hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn. So which cells are we going to use here for exclusions? Which cells we are going to use here for exclusions, and how are we going to exclude, and which antibody we are going to identify in order to check whether it has a relationship with the hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn. So he's going to help us resolve this question. Flank, can you help us? I know you are good at it. Oh, or Liberata was Liberata. You want to help? I think your hand is up. Okay, so now let me try to minimize the size of it so that I can give it space to work on. I don't know if now if you can be able to see it. So now we can use this space to type what you say. So which cell now are we going to use for? What are we going to exclude from cell number 1? Cell 1. Cell 1, you're going to remove capital D. Sorry, cell 1, you're going to exclude the capital D. Capital C. Small e. Okay. This. Okay. This is not. Okay. What about this one? This one is kiddie. We can't remove them, right? Yeah. It's better. It's better to explain to us because we don't know. We don't know why we are skipping them. Now, okay, we are now removing the FYB, right? There is B. P1 and P1, okay, and P1. All right, and then which cell again we are going to use? So number 4. Now say number 4. We exclude small c. So number 4 are here. Yes, in fact we don't skip because we're not reading somewhere or recording somewhere. We are just trying to say why are we skipping? Because you are away, you are far. I can't even know what you are referring to. Yeah. Why? It is heterozygous and it has to be double dose to be excluded. Okay. Mm. Mm. All of them are not here, and we are on JKB. JKB, can it be excluded? Okay, JKB to be excluded here. JKB. Okay. Daffy B, can it be? So Daffy B has been excluded already. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. M now can it be excluded? Okay. On this cell, JKB can be excluded. So we have already excluded JKB and MM. Okay. Then P1 has also been excluded already. And then we can continue with the next cell. Which cell again are we going to use for exclusion? The number 6. Cell number 6. Cell number 6. Yeah. Yes. I think Kenneth, I've seen your request, but no, we did this course twice. Things twice, right? We are now on assignment, so we explained everything here. What the meaning of the above things, what the meaning of side stuff here, and what the meaning of this plus and zero. You see, yeah. Maybe we will. I will revise for you. I will come for you later, but let's finish our question because we covered this one. Maybe like the outline of the panel cell, how it look like, and what the meaning of each item here, but we are trying to identify which antibody is responsible for the reaction. Okay, we are on cell number 6. Yes, we are on cell number 6. What are we going to exclude from cell number 6? Mm-hmm. Mm. Small c can be excluded here now. Okay, small c can be excluded. Why? Because it is now double dose and capital C is not around. So, and if capital C is not around, then small c is then occupying 2 doses, which means it is now double dosed. So we can exclude small c, and yeah, we can't because it is okay. Small a cannot also be excluded. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, JK can be excluded. Yes, now it can be excluded like this. Lewis A. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. N cannot be. And the cell number 6, now we have finished. And we go to cell number 7, right? Yes, cell number 7. Cell number 7. Mm-hmm. and capital K has been excluded, and JKA has been excluded, and the JKB has been excluded, isn't it? And Lewis A has been excluded. MNS cannot be, P1 cannot be, right? Okay, so nothing can be excluded. So none on cell number 7. None on cell number 7 to be excluded. So now, what can we do now when you are here? What is our next step? Okay, what are we going to rule in our case now? The phi A can be ruled. Let's say we are going to rule in. So I'm going to rule in. Now, what I'm going to rule in is the phi A. And M, capital E, and capital N, right? This capital N. Okay, so why? Because like what she's talking about, we have this. We have to look at those all the antigens on top here, and try to compare them with what we already excluded from the panel. For example, we have capital D excluded already, and capital C already out, and small c is also on number 6. Cell number 6 excluded, plus also capital E and small e. But capital E is not excluded anywhere, so that's why we are trying to rule in this capital E. And then, as you can see, many other cells, many other antigens have been excluded except the phi A, E, and N. Now, so we have, are we done with the rule in? Okay, so now we are remaining with the 3 antigens. Now, which antigen is responsible for this reaction, and what is the association with of that antigen with our question here, with our HDFN? Capital N. You are not sure? Okay. Okay. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate. I appreciate your contribution. Is very incredible. So now, Flank is there, and Frontline. I want to ask him. So which antigen would be that would be responsible for this reaction? Because we have 3 antigens. Both of them are 2 of them are clinically significant. One of them is not significant. N is not significant, but capital E and the phi FYA or the phi A, both of them are significant, and they can cause hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn. And which one of them is responsible for the reaction in the table, and what is the association of this antigen with hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn? Okay. Don't worry, there's someone else on the front line. You can see her, Caroline. Caroline, you're also on the front. Okay. Why is it the phi A? I mean, why is it not capital E antigen? Because also capital E antigen is a rhesus antigen, and it can also be associated with the same thing. Why is it not capital E? Mhm. So then you chose the A. Okay. Uh, uh, oh, so the antibody associated with this positive reaction is E, right? All right. Thank you for contributing. So I see someone else is raising hand. Who's the person? I think Efshini, Efshini, and Bright. Yes. 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 Hello. How are you? Okay. Now, because. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. So one says E, and another one says Daffy. I mean Daffy A. But I want to hear from Bright, because so that we can conclude, because there's something that is missing, and I want to hear that one. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Thank you. Mm. Thank you so much. So there are two things now. It's no longer one, because I had something from Bright. So I want to also to explain, to include it in my comment. So my comment would be that the responsible antibody in this panel, which is associated with the reaction, is not E. It's not E because of two reasons. It is FYA or Daffy A antibody, or antibodies to Daffy A. There's one reason. Is because as you look at this our panel cell, 37 degrees and the indirect antiglobin test phases, the reaction is observed. Of course, even if of course we are using low ionic strength solution to enhance the reaction, but still the reaction is taking place with very low strength, which is 2+1 or +2 strength. But if you look at enzyme treatment, anti-globin testing, everything is negative. So if it was antigen E, the reaction could be enhanced further on enzyme treatment. The reaction could be enhanced further, so that you see at least +3 or +4. So because research is enhanced, or is boosted, or is enhanced by enzyme treatment. So, and but as you see here, enzyme treatment is showing total negative, which means there's no enhancement, or probably there is a destruction of antigen. So that's why it is reacting negative. Everywhere is negative. So, and you can see that when you are using only IAT or indirect antibody testing alone, there is a certain reaction. So, which means it is not the E. It should be the Phi, because the Pha is the one that is destroyed by enzymes, and it can't react on enzyme treatment. That's the first comment. The second comment, according to what Bright was saying, if not just a rule of 3, because if we use a rule of 3 and 3, it is going to be difficult, because we don't have another screening cell to do that, because that is a separate test you have to perform. But otherwise, even if you are considering what is going on here, if you consider where Duffy is present and versus where E is present, for example, in cell number 2, there is no E at all, and Duffy is just reacting. Duffy is there and the cell is reacting. But if you look at where Duffy is absent, there's no reaction at all. For example, if you look at where Duffy is absent, for example, cell number 1, Duffy is not there, and there's no reaction. Cell number 4, Duffy is not present, and there's no reaction. Cell number 6, Duffy is not present, and there's no reaction, and even cell number 7. So it means that where Duffy is present as antigen, there is a reaction. But where also Duffy is absent as an antigen, there's no reaction there. But as you look at E, sometimes it doesn't matter where it is present. Maybe there is a reaction because it is together with Duffy. That's okay. But where it is absent, sometimes there is a reaction, but it is also absent. So which means it's like it is questionable to say it is Duffy A, it is the E antigen, because it is not really respecting, or it is not meeting our requirements or our criteria to be selected. So, but we have to select Duffy A because of 2 reasons. Because every cell where Duffy A is expressed, the cell is showing reaction, and every cell where Duffy A is not expressed, the cell is not showing reaction. And also, due to the fact that whenever treatment of enzymes is performed, always the presence of Duffy reacts negatively. So that's why we choose Duffy A as a responsible antibody here. Now, what is the association with the Duffy A with hemotic disease of the fetus and newborn? Probably I may not be able to take you through the notes, but I remember where that point is. In the notes, we say Duffy A is not really associated with the severe. Is not associated with severe hemotic transfusion reaction, and also hemotic disease of fetus and newborn can be mild. It's not really severe. It can be mild, even though it is present, of course, but it is usually mild. So in this our selection, then you can select which part of it. You can then select B, because it is not fatal. It cannot be associated with the fetal reaction, but also it is not associated. Riberata, can you check your microphone? It is still on, please, and the background noise is there. Okay, so then our option is it may cause hemotic disease of the fetus and newborn, but it is not usually associated with the fetal reaction, and it is really associated with it. That's why C option is not really correct. And we have already determined the specificity of antibody, so D is also not correct. So it must be B as our option. So here we go to another panel. We have panel cells here, so I think we can even go through the 3 panels. That will be okay for us today, because we have no problem now, so long as we have what to do. We have panels, and if we are now able to understand how to deal with the panel, for me, I'm satisfied. Okay, so we have question number 3, which based on the result on this panel, which is the following antibodies most likely present? This is quite small, and someone is going to take us through. Yes, please. Who is going to take us through this panel? Yes, Caroline. You're going to take us through it quickly. Okay, so now which cells are going? So this is how you start. You have to start with the cell. Which cell which cells will be used uh, for exclusions? Mm, all of them. These are many. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, we go to cell number 3. What are we going to use as cell number 3? Capital D. Let me do this. That's okay. Capital D excluded. Capital E. Capital C. Small c cannot be excluded. It can't. Okay. Small c, capital D, small c, and capital E. Okay. What about LEB? LEB can be excluded. LEB, and then which one? M. What about M? M is not because of heterozygous form of the M and the N, so they are both heterozygous. So and they show dosage, so they can't be excluded. And then we have P1 in the PP1 PK. I mean P1. I mean P group system. That one. So we can remove them because it is slightly significant. So we can remove now P1 on cell number 3. So now we are on cell number 5, right? It's a number 5, isn't it? Small c now it can be a small c is out already. Small e. Small e, JKA. Yes, JKA, can it be excluded? It can't. It is still together with the JKB. Okay. Lewis B now, it is already out. Okay. Okay, we are done with the cell number 5, right? Cell number 6. Small e, and we can't even hear, but it's okay. JKA, now we can remove it, isn't it? Lewis A. N we can't exclude it because of heterozygosity of the N. All right. Okay. Then cell number 6 is now, we are now done with it. We go to cell number 7. Small e already out. Kelly. Kelly is out now. Lewis A is already out. Yes. MN, they have to stay. Yes, only 7 you can remove K. I mean capital K, right? And then we go to cell number 8, the last one. Small c out. Only JKA, JKB, JKB out so far. Now we can remove JKB. Lewis B out. Okay, N. Now N, isn't it? N can be removed, and the final P1 is out already. So now the last thing, the next thing is to identify the included ones. Which ones can we include? Capital C. Capital C. Only small c is out. Capital E is not out. Is out, yes. Small e is out. Capital K is out. JKA is out. JKB is out. Lewis A is out. Lewis B is out. M is out. N is out. P1 is out. So we are remaining with capital C only, isn't it? So then our answer should be capital E. If it is not there, then our should be A anti-C. Anti-C is now the antibody responsible for reaction observed. So D is our option, our chosen option now. Option is a D, isn't it? Can I use the shortcut? Okay, yeah, shortcut is better for us, but also overall, sometimes shortcut is not possible. So we have to also understand that if shortcut seems to be impossible, we have to go through the normal way to exclude and include, because sometimes shortcut may not be possible. And the thing is that sometimes, to avoid mistakes, because you may use shortcut and sometimes you'll experience problems. Maybe you are choosing wrong one because of some other criteria that you should not skip when you are excluding. Yeah, or sometimes you may use shortcut and you find that two antibodies are colliding. So it is better to exclude in normal way in order to know why am I not selecting this or this. But also shortcut is good, right? Shortcut is good because if you look at capital K is out already on cell number what? Cell number 7. Capital K is out, and then even capital D is also out, cell number 3, and capital E is out on cell number, which cell? Capital E is out on cell number 3, isn't it? Yes, and then remain with C. That is a good shortcut you can use also to choose a responsible reaction. Oh, okay. This question, I think I was answering it. That's why I see stuff down here. Or maybe I sent you the already answered question, but that's okay because it's a very very huge panel, a very huge one. So we are asking. I sent you this panel in order to answer the following questions, 1 through 3. So we have this panel cell, very huge one, and we have 1 through is it 1? Okay, it's okay, even though we have, of course, 4, 5, 6, 7. Select antibody most likely responsible for the reaction observed. And the second question here says, what's additional cell needed to be tested to be 195% confident? And the last one says, using panel select cell that would make appropriate control when typing for the C antigen. So first of all, we have to identify which antibody is responsible in this panel cell. Isn't it? So which one is responsible? So I think, I don't know when I did this, but I trust they are fine. They're the ones to rely on. We in cell number 1, we are able to remove capital C, capital D, capital C, small e, and the capital small k, and the KPB, JSAB, Daffy, not Daffy A cannot be removed, and JKA, P1, right? And then MNS not, tall, Rutland B, and XGA. So they can be removed from cell number 1 according to our panel, because cell number 1 is reacting negatively. So we have to know that we can use it for exclusion. And as you can see, our control cell is positive, so which means the validity of our negative result is confirmed now. So we go to cell number 3, because cell number 3 can also be used for exclusion, this one, because it is reacting negatively as well, or is not reacting actually. So Daffy B is the only one cell, the only one antigen we excluded, Daffy B, as well as N and S, capital N and small s. Otherwise, we can't remove any other antigen. So, and then we go to cell number 5, which is also negative here. Cell number 5, we are also removing JKB and Lewis A and M, and cell number 8, CS, cell number 9, FYA and Lewis B. Let me check if FYA can be removed from cell number 9 to confirm. Yes, it can be removed, and even Lewis B. So we are going to rule in, because I've already did for you this one. This one, it could take very short time to do it. So now we are going to include to identify which antigen should be responsible for these reactions. So now let's try to use this area. So capital D is in, capital D removed, capital C removed, small c removed, capital E are also removed. No, capital E not removed, so we can say capital E is still there, and small e is out. CW is this is what you call low incident antigens, or low prevalence antigens. Capital K and small k. No one is out, so it means capital K is not out according to our result here. Capital K is not out, and KPA is not there. The whole panel does not possess KPA, and KPB is out, so JSA is not there in the whole panel, so JSAB is out. Daffy A is out, Daffy B is out also, JKA is not out, isn't it? JK is not out, is out, yes. JKB is also out. Lewis A is removed already. Lewis P is also out. P1 is already out. M and N out, small s and capital S, both of them out. And then we can say that neutron A and neutron B, they are all, neutron A is not there at all. It is everywhere there's neutron A in our panel, so it means we can't also consider it. Neutron B is also out. So now the antibodies, I mean the antigens responsible or antigen remaining during inclusion are only capital E, capital CW, and also capital K, right? Now, so select, because we are going to select, as you remember, small CW is not usually considered because CW is antigen, is low prevalence antigen. Even if it is not excluded, it doesn't mean that the reaction observed is associated with the CW. So it doesn't mean that the CW is, we have to differentiate that between CW being insignificant and CW being irresponsible. So in this case, CW may not be responsible because it is antigen of low prevalence, but it doesn't exclude the fact that CW is still significant when it is available. But in our case, even if we have to examine our panel, it shows that CW is not really responsible for the reaction observed, right? So now the antibody responsible for the reaction observed, of course, as E and K, and are they there? Right. So our reaction now is associated with the anti-E and anti-K. So we have answered it. I hope you have you've seen how we answered the anti-E and anti-K. Very easy. Actually, panel is something easy to deal with. It's okay. So then what are the additional cell needed to be tested to be 95% confident? You know, what you do is we are going to examine if anti-capital E and anti-capital K are really responsible. So now which cells are we going to test? 3 E negative. So it means small e is not our concern. So now we don't need it also. So A is not the one. B, one additional E positive and capital K negative to react positively, right? And one additional K positive and E negative to react positively. So this one must be the answer, isn't it? So it means we are going to test additional E positive cell but K negative cell to react positively. So it means we're going to confirm the presence of E, capital E, and also one additional K positive and E negative cell to react positively. So it means we are going here to confirm the presence of antigen K, right? So that's how we could answer this question. And then finally, using the panel, select cell that would make appropriate control when typing for the C antigen. So which cell could be in fact appropriate control if we want to identify the presence of C antigen? So that is typing or grouping. If we want to group, if we want to type, if we want to confirm the presence of antigen C, which cell among the cells listed here can be appropriate, or a group of cells can be appropriate for typing small capital C? So now the cell number 1 for positive control and cell number 2 for negative control. So we can't do this without looking at this our panel. So our first question says cell number 1 for the positive control and cell number 2 for negative control. Let's check if cell number 1 can be used for positive control and cell number 2 for negative control. It is not possible. So cell number 1 cannot be used for positive control because it doesn't even exhibit E antigen. We can't use it for control. So it means that A is not possible. So then you go to B. Say number 1 for positive control and say number 6 for negative control. Even say number 1 still, it does not exhibit A. I will talk about C. Sorry, we're talk about C antigen. Sorry, so C antigen. Let's check if say number 1 positive control and say number 2 for negative control. Sorry, that is a C, right? So number 1 for positive control, say number 2 for negative control. No, we can't use it for negative control. Say number 2 because it exhibits a capital C. Sorry, so it was capital C, not capital E. Okay, then say number 1 for positive control and say number 6 for negative control. Say number 1 and say number 6 for say number 1 for positive control is okay. Say number 6 for negative control is also okay, isn't it? It's also okay. So then you can, let's now choose preliminary. We can choose this one, B, but let's also check other options if there one of them can be. Say number 2 for positive control, say number 4 for negative control for the capital C. For number 4, say number 4 for negative control for capital C. Capital C, it is capital C. What does it say? It says say number 2 for positive and say number 4 for negative. Say number 2 for positive and say number 4 for negative. No, it can't be this because say number 2, capital C is single dose, right? This is like to confuse us. They're trying to confuse us. In fact, say number 2 is possess capital C also, but the problem of say number 2 is that capital C here is not double, is not homozygous, and you know that capital C exhibit dosage or show dosage. So that's why this kind of obstacles, you have to deal with them always, and you have to remember them, because here they can confuse you. If you are stressed in exam and you are stressed, you can also choose say number 2, which is wrong, because say number 2 you can't use it because it is not showing dosage. It may not react. So also the last one is say number 4 for positive and say number 5 for negative. Say number 4 for positive. No, it is already no, because say number 4 doesn't exhibit capital C antigen. So that's how we can choose. Then we are going to choose option B in question 6. Okay, so here we are done with it. So let's go to these simple questions. A technologist has decided to test enzyme treated panel of RBC against the patient's serum. Which of the following antibody pairs could be separated using this technique? We are using enzyme treated panel, and which of the following antibody pairs could be separated using this technique? Yes, please, we are here. Who can help us? I've already selected them. Anti-JKA and anti-DAFI-A. Okay, so we are using them to separate the enzyme treatment. Yes, because if you look at the anti-JK and JKB, they are not really touched, or they are not really because they are both together in the same group. So we can't use them. We can't use this pair to separate them because they are all being treated the same way. Accordingly, in terms in case we are using enzymes and small s and small s, anti-S and DAFI-A, they can't be treated, they can't be used, because even if S is not really modified as such, but it is also, it is not really stable. It is not really stable 100%. You know, M and S group, M and N can be modified quickly with enzymes, but S is somehow deeper inside, but it is not also, it can't remain 100% stable when you use enzymes. And D and C, both of them are enhanced, so you can't use the pair to separate. So JKE and FA must be used because KIDI cannot be used, can be touched, or cannot be deactivated, but it is enhanced by enzyme treatment. But DAFA is already destroyed by enzyme treatment. So the option D is good for us in this case. So now, which pair of the cell would make best screening cells? You know the rule of choosing screening cells. So which pair is going to be good for us to choose or to select screening cells? We have pair number 1, pair number 2, cell 1 and cell 2, pair B, pair C and D. So which pair can we use? Which pair can we use? Let me try to scroll them down so that you can see them all together. Okay. So try to identify this pair, A, B, C, D. So which is the best for us to use as a pair of screening cell? Which will make the best screening cells among these pairs? Which one can we select, or which one did you choose in your assignment? Okay, who is the person? Yes, Helen. Which pair? Which pair did you choose? Why D is good for? Why good would make the best screening cell? D, it has most of the antigen required and it shows dosage. So let's look at the D. So D as I mean cell number. Yes, D group, D pair. It has cell number 1 or cell 1 in this pair. Exhibit capital D and capital C and small c and small capital E and small e. So it means all rhesus antigens are present or are represented. So which means on the side of rhesus, it is the best because otherwise it will show all antigen in rhesus system. So when you go to Kelly group, it is also significant. Kelly group on cell number 1 is present, cell number 2 is absent. That's okay. Daffy, it shows dosage. You know that Daffy shows dosage. So Daffy A and is not present on cell 1, but Daffy B is homozygous, and Daffy A is present on cell number 2, which is also homozygous without Daffy B. So it means Daffy A and Daffy B are represented in homozygous forms. So we go to KIDI, which also shows dosage, of course. KIDI shows dosage, and KIDI is present on cell number 1 in this pair. B is present in homozygous form, and A is present in homozygous form in cell 2 in this pair. So MNS group also, you know that they show dosage as well. M also is not present in cell number 1, which means that N is now homozygous or double dosage, whereas M is double dose in cell 2 in this pair, and N is not present. That's okay. And S, capital S, is present in the second group, in the second cell in homozygous form, and also small s is present in the cell 1 in homozygous form. So that is perfect, right? Yes, even if we don't check other options here, but option D is the best because it respects our rule that every cell that shows dosage must be in homozygous form, and every antigen in the rhesus group must be represented. So that is the rule. And of course, the group must be all blood group, right? So, for example, if you look at option C, we couldn't use it because, as you can see, cell number 1 in the option C already it doesn't exhibit capital C in homozygous form, even capital E. So we can't use them because there's no way we can test their presence, because otherwise capital C is not there in homozygous form, and even capital E is not in homozygous form. So the same as also A, Daffy A is also not. Daffy B is not in homozygous form because here is plus and A is plus. So there are some other criteria that could be used to exclude other pairs of cells. So pair number D is really the best because it meets all the inclusion criteria. Okay, now which of the following genotype would explain RBC type as A Lewis A minus B? Which one could be, which one of the genotype would explain RBC types as group A, Lewis A, B minus? Which one? It is B. Why is it B? Why is it B, Caroline? Why is it B? Yeah, is non-secret. So why is it not homozygous? Non-secretor. So why is it not D? D is also non-secretor. D is non-secretor. Why is it not a D? Yeah. Why is it not D? D. Why is it not D? So what will H affect in this group? Too small H. Small h is in A, B, or group system, and small h it means Bombay group system. So when the small h is like this, small 2h in homozygous form, it means no group A will be secreted. No group A will be secreted. So it will affect group A only here. It will affect group A, but Lewis will not be affected. But small h will affect group A because capital H is a precursor or a precursor substance for both A and B groups. So which means now this person may type rhesus, may type Lewis possibly, but they cannot type as group A group in ABO system. So that's why we don't choose D, because even if D is also a non-secretor antigen, but we choose B because it shows non-secretor and also the presence of capital H and the presence of A genotypes. Thank you so much. So our option is B. So this one we are going to convert the following genotype from Weiner to Fisher race and Rosenfield nomenclature and list antigen present in each haplotypes. Okay, quickly, what can we say for R1, small r? Yes. Yes, Caroline. No problem. Okay. We are tired. This is almost more than 1 hour. Okay, capital D. Small d and okay. So the antigen are all these. Of course, antigen are DCE. I mean DCE and small c. So these are the antigen present, isn't it? The antigen, because they are all codominant. So what about this one? Small e. Okay, thank you so much. Helen wants to say something about this, the C and the D. We have also, we still have this. Helen, yes. What's about RZ and R? Okay, thank you. What's about this one? Is this small? C capital. Wow. Good. Thank you so much. So that's it. So then the antigen, you can be able to identify them easily. Now I'm so happy now that you're able to convert these things. They are very useful. They are very useful in the blood banking because we are supposed to know the antibodies and the antigens, of course, and also genotypes and phenotypes, especially in research, because it matters a lot. Okay, thank you so much. So let's go to this question. You can see that we have antigens here, so we can be able to check, because you remember that antigens in research are always codominant. So it means if they can be small c and capital C together, that's okay because they are all codominant. So don't forget that. So don't say because capital E is there, then it means small e will not be there, because maybe it will dominate it. It can't dominate it because they are both codominant. Okay, so someone has the following serologic reactions. What is the most probable genotype? What is the most probable genotype? So from what you answered, what's the most probable genotype? Yes, Ellen, what is the most probable genotype for someone who is typing for all the antigens in rhesus? R1, R2, this one. So let's try to consider this one and see what it tell us. What it tell us. Capital D. Okay. All antigens are there. So we have D, we have C, we have capital E, we have small c, we have small e. All of them are present. So they can type as positive in this way. But let's try to consider this one. Let me try to see if this one cannot. I mean, this one, for example, it can't, because you can see we don't have which antigen? Do you have all antigen here? We have also all antigen. How can we type? It is typing for all. This is the following reaction is going to type as plus D. So let's see that where we have, what do we have here? We have also DCE and CE. Okay, so then let's also go here and check, because we may have others here also. So let's go to this one. This one is this one. And then we have this, and we have this one. So we have RY, DCE, DCE, CE. So why is not this one? All of them are there. Why didn't you choose this one? All of them. Oh, you tried the first one and you find it is yeah. So yeah, I think there's something missing, because unless, so what I was going to add, unless it is, if we mention the race, if we mention the race, then we can consider a race, because for example, these people, if the race is this one, I mean, if the person is black, we could choose this one, because this one, the RO is more prevalent in black. But otherwise, if the person was white, so we couldn't choose this one, because RO is this one is very low in black, like 4%. So maybe something is missing, but when we consider race, it can be different. Okay, that's fine. So maybe something was missing here. I will check the source of this question and what was missing. Okay, the last one is no, the last one, I think the only presenting sign most often accompanying delayed demotic transfer reaction is is what? Yes, unexplained decrease in hemoglobin. This is the only presenting sign in delayed hemolytic transfusion reaction. So otherwise, unless it is not a delayed, but if it is delayed, it is only an explained decrease in hemoglobin. And select the appropriate products for bone marrow transplant patients with anemia. Bone marrow transplant patients with anemia. Yes, which one is good for bone marrow transplant patients? Why is it irradiated RBC? Why don't we choose to recall reduced RBC or washed RBC? So why do we need to reduce the risk of transfusion-associated graft-to-host disease in this patient? MHC, what is MHC? HLA? Human leukocyte antigens? Not yet. Okay. Helen, what do you think? Why do we choose? Okay, irradiated RBC is good for these patients. Why do we choose irradiated RBC over all those RBCs that are also good? Also, recall this RBC is good, and even washed RBC is very good. Why do we need to irradiate for bone marrow transplant? Yes, yeah, that is to prevent. But why do we need to prevent that in this patient? Okay, so my comment is that we use irradiated RBC for bone marrow transplant patients with anemia because already this person is immunocompromised. That's the straightforward answer. The bone marrow patients are immunocompromised already. So in fact, irradiated RBC always is indicated for two patients. The first patient is the relative patient, blood relative patient, and the second patient is anyone with immune weakened or immune suppressed. So those are the two patients we need to transfuse irradiated RBC. So because transfusion associated graft-to-host disease is usually associated with immunity. So if the person has strong immunity, sometimes we don't even need, because those leukocytes will be removed by recipient's immune system. But this patient is immunosuppressed, immunoweakened. He is not compromised, because when you talk about immunocompromised, it means the person has maybe virus that is compromising immunity. But this person is like immune suppressed or immune weakened, but not compromised, right? So compromised is something else strange. So immune weakened, for example, or immune suppressed. So this patient, we have to give irradiated RBC in order to get rid of those leukocytes that could overcome the immune system of the patient and cause problems. Otherwise, leukocyte reduced is also good, and washed RBC would also good, but for the purpose of transplantation, the best one is irradiated RBC. So thank you so much for your time and your contribution. I really appreciate it, and it's a good gesture for me to know that we are on the same page, and because we want pass. We don't want fail in our group. And I know that you are really working very hard. I know that one. You are really working very hard. So we don't want to people to fail the exam and repeat again. That's why I don't want to hear it in my ears. So thank you so much. God bless you. Have a fruitful week ahead. We keep in touch. And if you want a mock test, if you have exam soon and you have mock assessment, you need mock assessment, then I'll open it. There is a good mock test there with so many questions, like more than 150 questions that you have to attempt before you write your exam. That one is going to be helpful. Thank you so much. God bless you.